your convenience. Learning right starts with us at Ashem Academy. We are a learning institute in partnership with professional industry bodies like Microsoft, PECB, Pearson VUE, and PSI, delivering quality training, ensuring your certification path in respective industries. Ashem Academy has training specialists with extensive consulting experience as well as the expertise to address your specific needs and preferences. Our goal is to deliver training that maximizes return on people and infrastructure investments. We define success as having the right resources to skill you up to help you meet your desired goals. Our job at Ashem Academy is to empower you to be successful at every stage of the learning journey, from training to certification to establishing professional credibility. As a certified learning partner and authorized testing center, our facility has proven to be one of the best in the country as we get to reach the needs of all ages, young, middle-aged, and those in the advancing years, making learning simple and affordable. We care about your skill development, and without breaking the bank, we present you with great opportunities to showcase your competency and expertise in your area of specialty, aiding career advancement or personal goals tracking. Let's help you bridge that learning gap. All you have to do is take the next step to enroll in our courses today with prices that are easy on your wallets. Request access to our training calendar by emailing training@ashem.com, and you can also get the most of your learning investments by checking out our promotional offers here. offers.ashem.com/ms learning. You can call 0704 636 7151 or call 0704 576 9927. You can visit our head office at number 9 Ibikunle Street off Abad Macaulay Way, Yaba, Lagos State.
Kòṣẹ́rú. Kó wá sáyé, ọmọ ọba ní kòṣẹ́rú. Kó wá sáyé, kòṣẹ́ wọn.
Ó yá akéde, mo fẹ́ délé bàbá tó bí lọ́mọ.
Ọmọ ọba ní
Bàbá
kòṣẹ́rú.
àgbà ògbànigbà ní ojú ọ̀nà ó ṣe gbámú. Kò sọ́gìrì lágìrì, ọ̀làgìrì kàkà. Àkọ́kọ́ arẹ́rẹ́ o. Bàbá mi ò wọ kẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ bí ìjọ. Jagunmọ́ lòdì ọ̀rọ̀, apá láti jó tọ̀hún tọ̀hún.
Hello, welcome once again, and good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're calling from. Welcome to another episode this month about how we can actually tap from the grassroots. As we all aware, the program is actually built to be able to entrust mentorship, to entrust capability, and to expose ourselves to ways by which we can actually connect and ensure that we endeavor to bring changes to our environment and ensure people have the right skilling in terms of how they can manage their environment. So we welcome everyone once again to today's episode, and today's episode is very exciting because we have someone that actually was supposed to be with us last time, but because of his emergency, he could not come up. So he's going to come back. He's now back with us today to enlighten us about his journey and what it has been all the while. And we want to say thank you to everybody that have started the journey with us, as many people, person, individual, group that have been joining us every time, every month, uh, every last Saturday of the month, and has been following the event, and they have been part of this journey. We say welcome and thank you. We also want to thank Microsoft that have been our supporting uh, guardian in this endeavor to enlighten us more and to give us preview to what is happening in technology space. And also, we want to say special thanks to Olomi Music. They have been able to help us to use their music to run a mentorship slide, and that is kudos to them. Thank you very much that they have allowed us to use their sound for our event. Thank you. We also want to say special thank you to all our speakers, all the mentors that have ever been on this our program and have been able to endow us with their rich experience over the years. And what is our mission? Why do we do this every last Saturday of the month? The main reason why we do this is because we are trying to create a connection between the expert and also the mentees. In the real life scenario, we have seen the real world is changing, and because we have constant change, constant vacuum there, and except people are willing to learn their story, people are willing to guide us through their story, we might be left out on aware of, and we might not be able to catch up with the changing and the trend that is around us. So we also provide a way by which we can advisory for people that are not in IT. With the story of our speakers, they can use this as their yardstick to be able to come into light on what they have gained with time. And most time we are also looking at it from the cloud environment, because cloud is the real thing now. As we know, ChatGPT is here to stay. AI is not going anywhere. We need to also expose ourselves to new trend that is happening in technology, especially in the cloud world and also the digital space. And we also know that the cloud world has become very, very diverse, with very diverse kind of technology coming from a multi-cloud environment. We also in future are looking at showcasing every other technology that are built around the cloud environment to be able to unite our knowledge and give us the preview that is necessary for us to get ourselves in this career path. So in light of that, we also want to introduce the group. Is the group that is trying empowering this particular event is Microsoft MCTNAIJA Tech User Group, which is about 15 user group or more across most of the states in Nigeria and in West Africa. Primarily, our focus is on Azure, on M365, Dynamic 365, on the Power Platform, also on data and AI, on development and programming language, and also on security. And our goal is to ensure that we have a way we empower people with the skill to solve problems, at least bringing mentors, bringing the ideas, bringing empowerment to every individual to showcase what they have and to be able to use it. We're also going to be diverting because of the inclusive nature of the cloud technology. We might also, the group is also diverting in bringing other groups that are running different other um, cloud technology to also enrich our platform with such knowledge. Now, as we know that every month we actually showcase new person, and each month we have new people coming up to share their story, and those that actually host the various people are actually those that empower, that run the show here. Obviously, but today I happen to be the only one in the studio because several of my colleagues are actually not yet in. Either they have technological challenge with the internet, or probably they are outside the engagement and they cannot meet. And we know one of them is David Okeyede, who is also part of the grassroots movement. We have Kofi, who is a cyber security expert. He was not able to join us today. And we also have Deji. Hopefully, we believe Deji will join, but we are still expecting him because of the challenge he said he has with the network. Then we have Olana, the only lady that helped in pioneer this event. Has been down for a while, and she said she might not be able to join us for today's episode. So I'll be the only one here, and I have the guest already here. And without wasting much time, I'll try to bring him up so that we can get the ball rolling. I guess it's actually an intending MVP, is Jane, and he actually live in Seattle. Uh, Originally, he from Republic of Benin, and is an engineer that actually specialize in power platform, and is one of the pioneer leader on power platform in for Benin, that Republic of Benin. So I'll bring on stage Joseph, sorry, Jean, to just introduce himself and tell us about himself better. Jean,
Hi, everybody.
yeah.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
Hi, everybody. I thank you for the introduction, and thanks for hosting me here, and thanks for everything you guys are doing to impact the community, to bringing people together, connecting the dots. Um, yeah, regarding my story, I came to America when I was 19 years old, and I was still at a stage where I was trying to figure
Uh,
things out.
Hello, Jean. We are not. We are just saying you should introduce yourself briefly. Then we
Oh,
now get to the story. The story time.
but
Yeah.
yeah, my name is Jean Claude, 27 years old. I work for Accenture as a software developer, and I run the Power Platform community in Benin. Right now, we have 600 people who join the community, and yeah, I live here in Seattle, Washington.
Okay. Thank you, Jean. As you can hear from him, he's actually um, an African from West Africa, and he's doing some exciting thing in Benin. And we want to hear his story. So, if you're out there and you have questions for our guest, please, maybe you are trying to connect, maybe you are trying to look at changing your career, or you need guidance just as he starts telling us his story, please just send your question. We'll just relay the question to him so that he can actually give us insight about those questions if he's if something that he can give us the answer instantly. If not, we allow him to send those information to us, and then we can relate in the next episode. Yeah, and we also have one of the hosts is here. I said Deji might likely join us. Deji is in the house, so Deji can just join us in the panel. Deji, you are welcome. Can you say hi to the people and just introduce yourself if you are ready? If not, we just go to the questions. Okay, I think Deji will come up when he's ready. The first question we have for Gene is, as he was already trying to tell us earlier, he just tell us about his story. How did he get where he is now, and how did he start? How did it start? How did your story start? Because people out there want to hear your story. They want to use it as a measure, a benchmark to where they are, and to be able to use that as a leverage to build their own career, or probably they want to change into the software development career. Jane, can you tell us your story? How do you get there, and where did it start from?
Thank you for giving me the chance to share my story with you guys. Everything started back in 2018 when I moved to Seattle, Washington. I was before that in other state that I didn't like, but I came to this state because I found it more like the weather is cool and the environment is here is like a big tech hub where we have Microsoft, we have Google, we have Apple, and all these big tech companies here. So everything started when I started driving as an Uber driver. I started doing Uber driving, and what I've realized, most of my customers, when I took them and I tried to interact with them and ask them questions, what do you do for work? Mostly everybody tell me I'm a software engineer. So this city here is actually like a city full of software developer and also full of people who are in the tech industry. So that's one benefit of living here. So I start asking myself a question: if all these people are into this, why not me? So at that time, I was in school. I was trying to get into what I really wanted to do in life, but I always have question about how people build like when I go on the website, I always have this question: how people build these things, and you can see picture, and you interact with the web, and you click on something, it takes you there. What's the technology behind it? I want to be able to do something like this. So when I get this thing to ask my customer about this, okay, you are a software developer, is it what you do? And let's start telling me, yeah, this is part of what I do on my daily basis. And I start asking question, okay, how can I learn this? Do I just like by obligation have to go to school to learn them, or which way can I take? So I met a lot of people who were self-taught and they were already in the industry. They were telling me, you don't need a 4-year degree for that. You can start your own journey. Just try to reorganize yourself and have a proper plan and a self-discipline. So it's something that I've started my journey with is having a proper plan and having a self-discipline. That you're going to start something, you're going to tackle something new. You need to have a plan, and then you have to have a self-discipline. So every start from there when these my customer of mine who are software engineers at Google, Microsoft, I met, they share resources with me. Okay, if you want to learn front end development, you need to know HTML, you need to know what it is CSS, you know what it is JavaScript, and what are the link like the resources available. You can use Coursera, you can use Free Code Camp, you can use Microsoft Learn platform where you can learn all those things and get a certificate. And now it's very important, you have to be active on LinkedIn to show your skill to the audience. And then once you get into job search, what it takes for you to crack those coding interview, you need to know more about data structure, algorithm, time and space complexity, big notation. So I've met people who were self-taught and they told me their whole story, how they get into
where they are now. I was like, wow, if these people they can do that, I can do this too. Like God has created everybody, and He has give us everyone intelligence. And whatever you want to do in life, if you organize yourself and you are self-disciplined, you can make it happen. So that's how the energy comes in, and then have this passion. Oh, I really want to be a software engineer, and I want to take this route instead of going to school like a 4 year or 5 year or master in computer science. I want to go straight to what I want instead of like going to school where they have you take classes that's not related to what you're gonna do doing on the job. But this route of exploring those resources online, it takes you directly to coding related things like learning HTML, learning CSS, and learning JavaScript, front end development, learning back end, and learning databases like SQL, MongoDB, all those things. It takes you directly to what you want to learn instead of like going around to take classes that you don't need, and save you more time, and more than that it save your money. And it's, yeah, so that's how my journey started. When I started doing Uber driving in 2019. That's where I really dive into it, and then pushing myself into it and reorganize myself, my like write down my own plan how I'm gonna start learning. If I finish this one, I'm gonna move on to the next step and learn this. I finish this, I'm gonna move up to this. And at the end of each things I start, I need to build a project to showcase to people. Oh, I've learned this skill, and this is what I was able to be like. You learn something, but you're able to implement that. So that was my plan. You learn something, but you have to showcase what you've learned is by building up a project to show people, hey, I've learned this, and this is the result. This is a solution that I've built. So yeah, that's how my journey started, and I started having more passion for technology, and more than just full stack development. I just my curiosity into other part of the tech industry like cybersecurity, cloud computing, Azure, AWS, and all those things. Wanted to know what they are, how they work. And so that's basically how I started my journey. And then in 2021, I was able to get my first job at AT&T, which is the best telecommunication in America. And I worked there as a QA engineer for a couple of time, and then after that I applied for my job at here at Accenture, and now I've been working with them from last year, and I've been really enjoying my time. So this is a little bit of my story, that whatever you put your mind into, you can make it happen. It's just matter of having a proper plan and being self-disciplined, and you can make it happen.
Hmm. Thank you, Jean. It's very interesting. What you said. I know people out there. Probably you are in one kind of trade business, and because I met someone recently, just very close to what you was, she told me. She said she actually was into I think. A biological course, and she got an employment somewhere, and they redirected her to QA. So she said, what is the effect of QA? What can I get from QA? Now, what you just said now resonates with me, showing that the fact is the first thing you did, even at your job, you were able to network, because you saw that people were in that trade. So I don't know whether you are out there and you want to go into IT or to tech, and you are isolating yourself. It might not be good from what Jean said. He was able to network, and as he was networking, he has very relevant question, and that gave him the room for them to explore to direct him to more exploration about IT. From there, he planned, he had self-disciplined, and he was able to push himself. And from his story, if you can hear, he was able to go straight by going into the technology, by having himself to be self-taught. So There is nothing that will stop you from going into IT if you have determination. He has the passion, he has the right question, and he was able to self-direct himself. And now he's working to one of the best company in the world when it comes to financial services, showing that where you are starting for or where you are starting from is not the indication of how you want to increase your understanding or your technical skill in IT. Is how you throw yourself into it. Thank you, Jane, for that. The next question we have for you, I don't know whether Deji is online, but I'll still continue. The next question I have for you is that you said so many things now. You mentioned you were able to express yourself to even at the point of being an Uber driver. You ask people questions, you communicate with people, and they were able to guide you. So, what are the challenges you had to face and deal with, especially onboarding yourself into the tech industry? Now, you mentioned that you didn't go to a formal school for learning computing. You actually went directly with because you were disciplined. You self drive yourself and were able to acquire skill by self teaching yourself through material out there. So, do you have any order you face, especially in Seattle in the US, knowing that you are working in the midst of high level tech people and you want to acquire skill even with in the midst of all this although and you are still trying to feed yourself by having your trade in Uber. So what are the challenges you face during all this episode?
Yeah, some of the challenges that I have is my time because of I was working as an Uber driver like a full time, and I have bills to pay, and it's how to organize my time now myself so that I have this time is only for learning, and this time is only for working. This is the challenge that I have because I kind of developed this plan, and this is what I have to do to get to where I want to be, and then it's a whole bunch of stuff and how I can insert these into my full-time working driver. And these were some of the challenges that I have. And another challenge I have is sometimes you want to get in a new industry, you want to get an industry, and then you ask questions to from many people, and you have lots of different answers. And also, people can provide you tons of resources, and there's so much thing to learn, right? So sometimes you see that and you kind of feel like overwhelming. Am I gonna learn all of these? Or how gonna use all these resources? So this is what come to my mind. That someone have to mentor me about these. This how I come with the word having a proper plan and self-discipline. They can give you 20 resources, but you can look into these and took like take the most important thing that you need. If they give you 20 resources, like 20 website where you can go learn, what about you just pick up one or two that have the most important things you want? And also you go down and write down what are the most important things that you need to get there. Because maybe you may have from people I'm talking about tech, we're using tech terminology like front end, back end, full stack, Azure, and all of this stuff. And you kind of feel overwhelming. Do I have to know all of these at the same time? No. But you have to know the most important thing that gets your feet into the door, and then from there you can start learning. So some of the challenges I have was I was a little bit overwhelming when I heard all of this. I was like, I have to learn all of these before I go get my first job. But in reality, I don't need to know everything. I need to know the most important thing that can get my feet into the door, and then from there, I'm gonna keep learning. So one of the things I did that really helped me is to go over all the resources that I was given and to filter them to choose the most important things, and then look at myself and say, okay, what I really want to learn, the most important thing I need it right now that can help me get my faith into the door. And then if I can get in there, I can keep learning the other things. So those are some of the challenges I have, and I always when I people reach out to me, tell me, I want to get into tech, ask questions, ask them, what do you want to learn? And then when I want to provide them the resources, I try to see those things, resources that are close to what they want. I don't want to provide them like 20 resources and say, okay, you can use all of these at the same time. No. It's going to be confusing. Use one or two things that have the most important thing that you are looking for, and it helps you save time. It keeps your mind at one place instead of going around to many other places to get the knowledge. At the end of the day, you get confused and you ended up not learning anything. So those
Mm,
were some of the challenges that I have. Yeah, and yeah, networking with people is very important. I'm gonna tell you this. My first job that I get in the IT in at AT&T, which was the best telecommunication in America, I didn't apply for it. Actually, the the recruiter, she found me on LinkedIn and she reached out to me and said, I've seen your profile and this match with what we are looking for as a QA engineer. And we would like to set up a time with you and talk. I didn't apply for the job. She reached out to me on LinkedIn and I sent her my email and she set up a meeting for me and I go for the interview and I get a job. And one of the things that happened is networking is very important. I remember when I started in that job in my first team, when I went to the office, I saw this lady who was behind my office, and then when she saw me, she started screaming. She was like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm here to work. And the funny thing that happened is, she used to be my Uber rider. I gave her a ride as a customer, like a year after that. And I remember dropping her off at that building and we talk about anything in tech. So she kind of surprised to see me now in her team that she and I was the Uber driver, she was my Uber rider. But now we're going to be on the job and work together in IT. That was very surprising to her. And networking is very, very important. Yeah,
mm,
when you try to get into tech, networking, talking to people, experts, and having a good LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn is a really powerful tool today to talk to people about your skill, to sell yourself on the job market. Other social media like Facebook, people put their picture and tell people, hey, I'm beautiful, look at me. But on LinkedIn is a very powerful tool that you can use to get into the tech world. It's where you sell yourself, your skill, who you are technically. You sell yourself out there and people can see who you are and they reach out to you even if you don't apply for a job.
mm.
So thank you.
Thank you, Jane, for that. That was very, very explosive. One, you mentioned that you were able to. One of the challenge you saw was filtering, and we know that there's a lot, tons of material out there. If you go to YouTube, you can learn anything on YouTube, and you have materials from each OEM, like Microsoft Land now has ton of material out there that can empower you. But the question is, how do you dissect and understand what you want? And from his story, he said he was able to ask himself the question: what are the in terms of priority, out of all the logs like material I'm getting, what are the two most important one? And he was able to fire on, and that was how he got to where he is. Then he also mentioned that he was able to network. Maybe you are there, you are feeling dejected because of the job you are currently working, or you are currently doing. The fact is that, and you have this passion for tech, please don't give up. All you need to is just ensure that you have the ability to communicate what you want, get those material, and find a way of dissecting, knowing what your passion run for. And once you have your passion and you are able to connect with the ideal one, choose out of two out of the lot you have, and you'll be able to walk through it and get where you are. Now, thank you, Jean, for that. And another question we want to ask you is, we know that you mentioned that you did a program called Microsoft Leap for Computer Science Training Program, and you have also adopted that to the community you are building in Benin Republic. So, can you just enlighten us a little bit? What is it about this Leap program, and how do we, in other parts of West Africa, how do we adopt that program just as you said, you dissect and be able to follow through with that. Can you just give us um, um, an idea of what they do and how it can benefit us even around here in West Africa or that country?
Yeah. So, yeah, Microsoft. I feel Microsoft leap when I started my journey into tech here. I started here in the U.S. and I get to meet people who went through the program and they said that ended up being working at Microsoft. And then a few years after I seen that Microsoft leap started going internationally, they started doing things internationally. So the way it works, the main goal is for the employment. We
Mm,
trying to they trying to see, okay, what are the need of the companies, what do they need in tech, and how they can provide this training, and how the company they're trying to talk to the companies to tell them to sponsor the fees, the money is gonna cover the training. So we've seen that they have the first cohort in Nigeria back in days. They have a couple of cohorts in Kenya, and what basically they do is Microsoft try to reach out to companies that are partner with them and ask them question. What are your needs in the tech industry? And if you identify your need, like you need software developer or you need Azure developer or you need cybersecurity expert or whatever you need, you just tell us and we can build up a curriculum. We can recruit people and train them for you to give them the training that is like more like on the job training. It's not like a course, but it's more like they get you on the job and structured and training at Microsoft. They train you in a very few time to get those skills. But the company whose partner is going to provide the fees, the money who's going to cover it. So I found this is something cool, and I was like, this is great. And if we decide doing this, Microsoft have partners around the globe here in the US. And one thing I find out is there's a lot of job here in the US in tech that sometimes they don't find people for it. Like they post the job, we're looking for someone, but we they don't even find for it until they remove it again. But back, I feel like the back home in West Africa, there are a lot of young people, very smart, looking for a job, looking for opportunity, but they're looking for a job, but they don't even know how to like. There's no a lot of job to apply for, or there's no opportunity. So for me, I think about how can I bridge the gap between that. So that's how I was like, okay, if Microsoft Leap is trying something like that in Nigeria, in other parts of Africa like Kenya, we can think deeper, like further, the way they implement the program. So my way of thinking is we can talk to companies here who are here in the US who are partner with Microsoft and tell them, okay, what are your needs here in the tech industry? And Microsoft Leap can train people for you from way back in Africa. And the good benefit of it is the cost, the money that you're spending on those people that you're gonna be hiring from Africa is gonna be less expensive than someone you hire here in the US. It's not gonna be the same money you pay, but still we have to make sure that we pay people decently, they're getting paid decently as they should. So there's another way to bridge the gap between the job and the job seeker. Because we found out there's tons of job here, and sometimes people don't even get it, and it goes away. But why back home in West Africa, there's a lot of these young people who are looking for job, but they don't have the opportunity to get it. So how can we bridge the gap? So finally, I ended up connecting Microsoft Leap to my home country and with the government, and especially the Ministry of Digital Digitalization. And we're working on that. We're trying to implement the LEAP program and also in a different way with the government, but at the same another way, we're thinking about how we can approach Microsoft customer company here in the US to talk to them and say, what are your needs in the tech industry? What do you need? And we recruit people in Africa, we train them, and then we connect them with a job. So my goal is I'm taking the job home. And I want to take the job home for my people. I want to build up the bridge between the job and the job seeker. So one of the things that really mattered to me, and I always have this passion of giving back to the community, which is something really that really mattered to me since I was like a young person. Like while coming to America, I have this passion of, if I get to where I want to be, if I get to be successful in this, I really want to help my people back home in Benin Republic, in West Africa, and in the whole continent. So once I found these opportunities well structured, I was like, this is a good way. Now that's how we can implement it, how we can help our people back home.
Mm. I think you have answered the next question I had for you. The next two questions you have mentioned that you are trying to be like a gap builder, and what you do is to ensure that the privilege you have to have information from your network you want to bring back home and empower people, the youth out there in Benin Republic, to give them this kind of opportunity, and they get money, and the employer also get the job done, and that's a very great one, because we hardly see such around us in the recent time where people want to. We have several opportunity, and we see people uh, with this kind of passion you have bringing it home. So the question I want to ask on this is that, do you have a long time plan? What's your short time plan on this, especially looking at the Benin Republic you mentioned? You have started the Power Platform program there already. So how do you want to keep this momentum and ensure that it spread? At least if it starts with Benin, it can spread to people like places like Togo. I know Togo is also French speaking, and we know there we have somebody there in the community that is trying to do something, but with that kind of handshake from you and spreading to the French side, and Cameroon is still there. So how do you have a long time plan, short time plan about the continuity plan you have towards this enterprise?
Yeah, I have this plan with what we like. We have a couple of minutes with Microsoft people, and we brainstorm ideas. And uh, I really have this passion that in the whole West Africa we can implement this Microsoft Lead program of bridging the gap between the job and the job seeker. And one thing that I come with is you have the Power Platform in every country in West Africa at least, because what we were thinking of is they just have a Power Up program started last year. So we try to talk with Microsoft partner that are Power Platform partners, and we can talk to them. We're trying to talk to them and see, okay, we have this community of Power Platform almost everywhere in West Africa. Like you go to Nigeria, you have Power Platform community, you have Power Platform community in Togo, Benin, almost everywhere in West Africa. And these people, they're part of the community, they're learning how to use Power Platform. So we're gonna take Microsoft Leap and network and go talk to those companies who are Power Platform partners here in the US. Go talk to them. We'll say, okay, you know that we're using these things, and you'll be in need of people to do the job for you. So can you invest so that we can train this amount, we can choose these people from the community, the Power Platform community that we have in West Africa. We can choose people from there. We can launch a recruitment and recruit them and train them, and then they become like more solid. They receive a very high quality training, and they can do the job for you. And still, the benefit you're getting out of it is you're spending less money on them than someone you hire here from the US. So my long plan is to have this program running anywhere in West Africa. I think outside of the same, but not just Benin, but anywhere in West Africa. And I'm trying to network with people from Cameroon so we can start having the Power Platform community in there. I don't think they have any on, maybe I'm not aware of, but I met some cool guys from Cameroon that work for Microsoft, and I started talking to them about how we can have the Power Platform community in the country. Because we want this Power Platform community to be everywhere in West Africa. And that way, when we start the program running, we can have all these leaders coming to our meeting, and we go talk to people at Microsoft Leap program, and we see, okay, you see, we have all these people who are interested. They're already learning the how to use Microsoft Power Platform. Now, help us now go negotiate with those Microsoft Power Platform partners, talk to them so that they can invest, so we can recruit people from the community, train them, and give them the skill. They become more solid to do the job for them. So that's my long plan goal.
Okay, that's good to know. And if you are out there and you're listening to me, if you heard what Jin said, he said one of his main goal, um, um, and whether in short time or long time, is to ensure that we have power platform across most country in West Africa, and we know that there's power platform even in Nigeria, and we always share the link afterward when we are having our meeting, and we always showcase their plan. So just watch out for when we talk about community at the end of this program, and try to connect to power platform and see, because he's already the ball is already set for him. He's already negotiating with people in the US and also trying to bring that home to Africa. So Jean, another question to you is that, do you have a criteria for the long time goal, for people who will be interested out there? Do you have a criteria for selection? How do you want to increase the chance for people afterward, not immediate now, but do you have a criteria for people to look out for them to be able to be selected for this, as you talk the ongoing conversation with Microsoft Leap?
Yeah, so one of the criteria we were thinking of is people who trying to get into tech, and we want them at least to have some prerequisites knowledge of Power Platform. We don't want to be expert in that, like knowing everything. But if you're looking for something yourself, you're looking for a job, and you say, okay, you want to get into this, what have you done yourself so far? What have you learned yourself? It's very important. If you want to do something, try to make that one first step, and now look for help so that people can help you. So at least we the one of the criteria is someone who know about Power Platform. When you're telling them Power Platform, Power Platform is composed of Power BI, Power Agent, and Power Virtual. And you can use this Power BI to do data analysis. You can use Power App to do this. You can use Power App. At least you know this. A little bit of familiarity with these products, like these things that you want to learn, and that's what we're gonna need. Just the basic that you need to know about what this power platform, and this is gonna be the criteria for recruiting you. In terms of, like, we don't really need you to have like a 4 year degree already or bachelor. No, as long as I think you just have your high school diploma, you should be okay. Yeah, that's where we limit. You can be self-taught. That's cool for us. Yeah, but at least we want you to have some knowledge of our platform, a little bit of it, and that because we come in to strengthen you, we come in to give you more high quality training. But we want to lead at least that you already have made this one step and learn something about platform that you have in your pocket, so we can add more things into it too to strengthen you.
Okay, that's fine, and that's for everyone out there that wants to be part of this program that Jean is trying to bring down, starting from Benin Republic, and is going to spread across West Africa. All it needs for you is not having a formal degree, but having a knowledge of power platform rather, at least from the fundamental, having the basic knowledge on how to use it, and that is what they are looking out for when the program is starting. And that also shows us that sometimes in life, coming to tech does not require ambiguous knowledge, but the simplicity of what you know as a basic part of it is what is needed to change the course of what you want in life. So, Deji, I don't know if you have any question for Jean or you want to contribute on this.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sheyi. I guess you can hear me. Please
Yes, we
confirm.
can hear you. Yes, we can hear
Oh,
you now.
great. So Jane is Nice having you on call. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, and you?
Fine, thank you. So, there's actually a question from the audience. His name is Joel, and he raised one beautiful question. How can those with zero experience get up and running with Power Platform or join the Power Platform community? So, Jen, can you help us around this?
Yeah, okay. To join the Power Platform community, you can go on Power Platform that user group online, and then there's a mini group. You can find it from your community where you are. If you're in Nigeria, I think the, the, we have information about it that we can send you the link for those user group, and then you subscribe and join the community, and then see what are the events that they have going on, because being involved with whatever they are doing, that's how you're going to start learning. Another way to learn, as I said, Power Platform is composed of Power BI, Power Agent, so many things. You can look at one thing and you pick up that one and say, okay, I want to learn this one, the very basic of it, and you can reach out to a community leader. Okay, I'm trying to learn this, I need guidance. They can guide you, or maybe organize some session for people who are very beginner to the Power Platform, or they need to get in there to get their feet wet. So the first thing, to answer your question, is to go online, find the Microsoft Power Platform community Nigeria, and join in. We have the link in the chat. You can click on there and enroll yourself and join it, and then reach out to the community leader and tell them, okay, this I want to get into this, and how can I proceed, and they can give you some advice.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Jean. And I would like to quickly tell Joel Akerele, please, Nigeria, Lagos especially, we have active Power Platform here, and the group is very, very much active online and on WhatsApp. So try. So during this section, we are going to roll out all the groups. So take note of those groups and see how you can be a member and be useful in that community. And in return, you can add value to yourself. Thank you very much. So, Sheyi, back to
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Another question we have here for Jean is that he has mentioned it. It's just for me to look at it at least critically again, and that is, how do you, in terms of training, do you have a timeline for people to enroll, and you start training them to adapt to the program you're about to kick off in West Africa? Do you have a time that you should look at, or what is, when should they start hoping to get some information on this?
Yeah, so this is a good question. As I'm already in touch with community leaders, that's good. But one thing I recommend to anyone who are here, the first thing toward this is joining the community. Join the community in your area and start being in touch, start being involved. And that's how you can get information once we finalize everything our end. Because when we finalize everything with Microsoft and everything structured, we got the fund, I'm gonna start reaching out to community leaders. Hey, we're gonna be coming to this community, recruit people here, and train them. And your community leader is going to be sharing your knowledge. And if you're not part of the community, you're not gonna get those information. So
Mm,
yeah, and it's not going to be on one-time training. For me, I really want this to be like ongoing training, and we can expand it to more than Power Platform. We can expand it to other industry, like other things, IT, tech skills. We can end it up to other job, any job that's related to IT, and we see that they do have the job here, and that people back there they're looking for how we can bring the bridge. We can make it happen. So we just gotta start from Power Platform, and down the road keep innovating, thinking more about idea how we can expand it, so we can enlarge it so that we have everything. Is it cloud computing, will find it. Cybersecurity is a very in-demand skill today. And also, I'm right now talking with a non-profit organization in Tennessee, and we're trying to implement. They have a program called Women in Cybersecurity that they have running. They train people. They get funds from many partners. Microsoft is one of their funding partners, and they recruit young women, recruit them, train them cybersecurity, and help them get jobs. They have company hiring company who are partner with them to hire the people that they train. And I'm trying to implement that into our Power Platform community in Benin too. So you can see there's so many things that are gonna come after this. Just if we start this one of Power Platform running, so many things gonna just start attracting and get connected, and then so many things gonna happen. So anything that's in the tech world, we are able to bring in to Africa, to our people. It doesn't matter the skill. It's not gonna be just by platform, but we're gonna expand it to whatever it is in tech. And we found that there's a need back home, but there's a job here. We're trying to build the bridge and bring it to our home, to our people back there.
That's very nice, and we're happy to hear that. So if you want to get into this program, first of all, try to reach out to us, or go to the link where we can guide you to direct you to where the Power Platform, where we have a lot of Power Platform user group. One is the Data Niger, which is also comprises of AI, data, and Power BI. So we have also a Power BI online by that's being run every Sunday, that they train people on how to use Power BI skill. And we have Power BI user group in Abuja. We have Power BI platform in Lagos. Just connect to one when we roll out the mentors. Try to look out for them and try to connect with them. Thank you for that, Jean. So we're going to take a short break now. While Jean is still in the studio, we are going to look at one area we discuss every time we come here. We talk about one skill that we can learn from the expert, because most people that are hosting, they are expert. And today we have been running series for months now on Open AI. So our
Hello, hello, Sherry. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, my connection. I lost my connection there. So, as I said, we are looking at Innovation Corner room, and today we are looking at OpenAI. We have been discussing about it for the past 4 months or six. So, Deji, you're going to help us through this because we want to learn more. Now, we want to look at it from the data space. So, OpenAI uh, and the data. Deji, over to you.
Okay. So let me see if I can pull up my screen. So just a moment. I hope I can get this up and running.
Okay.
Uh, okay. Oh, so okay. Let me see. Come on. Okay. So my slide is ready. Let me just shoot it up now.
Okay.
So share screen. Please confirm if my screen is up. Let me share my entire screen so that
Okay.
going everywhere will be much easier for me. Okay. So confirm you can see my PowerPoint slide.
Yes, we can. Let me put it online now. You're already online. Okay.
So, thank you very much. So, this section will be looking at OpenAI and data. And let me quickly introduce myself once again. Ayodeji Folarin is the name, so popularly known as Excel Evangelist. So I'm a computer science graduate and I had my master's degree in business administration. I've been doing a lot of things around training, majorly spreadsheet application. I've trained lots of people across the globe, and I enjoy solutions around Microsoft projects, PowerPoint, Word, Visual Access, Outlook, SharePoint, and Power Automate now. We call it InfoPart those days, Power App, and anything that has to do with Microsoft Office solution. So I'm a certified trainer and also a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional on Data platform. Now, briefly, what are we talking about when we say open AI and data? So let me quickly give us a short overview. So, overview, OpenAI is an AI research organization that develops and provides advanced artificial intelligence technologies. In data analysis, OpenAI can be used to analyze large amounts of data and also identify patterns, relationship trends that might not be visible to the human eye. So I don't like too much of talk. I want us to go straight into the system and let's have a feel of a demo session. So I will be switching over to openai.com. So, and I will go straight to the login page. So after you log in, this is how the page look like. And also, if you are somebody that love using Microsoft Bing a lot, I enjoy, just click on the charts. That's the Bing charts, and I already have my pin to the side of my screen. I can always do whatsoever I want to do here as well. So after doing that short introduction, let us send a message to OpenAI. And firstly, let me just ask the Open AI, that is the Chat GPT, if you can actually help me with anything around data analysis. Okay, can you help me with my data analysis task? I hope you will tell me yes. Of course. So fine. I've not started. It's already telling me it's good to help. Fantastic. So assumption, if I'm engaged as the HR data analyst of a big organization, so the HR department needed somebody to help them analyze some of their HR data, and I feel, wow, I'm resuming work next week. Maybe I should lay my hands on one or two data sets. And where can I get data sets to work with? There are a lot of sites, just like Jane said, running through sites, getting a lot of things, getting to know the one to work with. I don't really want to stress myself. Let me throw a question at ChatGPT. Can you quickly help me put together some data sets I can play with? Fantastic. Let me construct my question on the prompt. Can Okay, let me introduce myself as new new HR data analysts. Please, I need you to help me generate sample data sets sample HR. Let me add HR to that, please. Sample HR data sets with about 40 records. I think 40 is okay for demo for my personal practice. So just help me out. Certainly, stick. Love what I have on the screen. It has generated a sample database. It says you feel free. Oh, let me copy the data set. Briefly, let me run to Excel. Excel is a powerful tool that I enjoy using a lot. I just want to have a copy of the data generated for me. Let me dump that in Excel. Come on. Okay. Let me. Sorry, I'm to open a new page in Excel. Give me a new here. Let me just use this. So what am I trying to do here? Let me dump the data I copied, Control V. This is not complete. Why now? Let me go back. Or let me change my instruction. Can I have it in CSV format? Okay. I hope this will work. CSV format. This is good. This is good. I think I prefer the CSV format. Are you done? Is this up to 40? Okay, let's assume it's up to 40, though, because I know I requested for 40 data sets. So let me copy this code, what it gave to me. Let me take it to Excel. Where's Microsoft Excel? Come on, Microsoft Excel. I hope this will be much better. Control V. Fantastic. Can you, for those of us that know how to use Excel, I would like to make this into column. So text to column in Excel. Okay, use the limiter. Okay, use comma and finish this for me. Let's see. Fantastic. Look at what he has generated. He has different columns here. Okay, Control T. Make this into a table for me. This is good. So he gave me some columns like employee ID, first name, last name, the gender, the age, the department, the position, the salary. Okay, let's go back. This is a sample database that I can quickly work with. I can use to do my analysis with Excel or take to Power BI, Tableau, and do at least to practice my skill around data analysis. But I still want to go on using the open AI. So on getting here, please, can you kindly restructure this in table formats? Can you help me put it in table formats so that I can read clearly what I have done? Oh, this is good. Okay, it's getting interesting. So at this point, this is good. Now, maybe I'll be interested in, let me have the head count of the staff, the record count, group them by department. So let me know HR department, how many staff do we have there? IT department, I can see HR, I can see IT, I can see sales. How many people do we have in each department? Fantastic. Let's try this out. Can you please help me do a a value count, value count. Help me do a value count of this data set, of these data sets, using departments, using department column for grouping. I hope this English is not too much for ChatGPT. Let's see what ChatGPT will do for me. Okay, it gave me a script. I don't need the script. So let me see. Regenerate. I don't really need the script. I just need the grouping. Okay, it's still giving me script. Okay, so let me try to reframe what I typed there. Let me see what's wrong with my prompt, my question. Please help me do a value count of these data sets using department column. I thought we have department column there. Let me just paste it again. So let me see what I will get with this. Oh, it's still trying to help me out using scripts. I don't want a script. Okay, let me try something different. So let me say I need things around average age. I know there's age column there. Give what is the average age in the data set? Okay, what is the average age in this data set? I hope it will give me a good answer. Okay, where is my answer? Replace. Oh no, what have I done? I thought I just dropped a question here. So my prompts, please help me. There's a column called age. Okay. Wow. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I hope you are not disturbing me there. So for my data analysis, this should work. Oh, let me reframe my question. Give me the frequency of the data set. Okay. Give me the frequency of the data set. Let me see. I hope you still remember my data set. It's still trying to give me codes. Okay. I wish I can quickly get this done. Let me try something simple. What is the total salary? You should be able to. Let me see. If this does not work, I need to go and get. All these are not working. Let me start a new prompt. I guess something is wrong there. Why is my screen not? I'm not seeing everything I need to see on my screen. Just a moment. Please confirm, Sheyi. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can see. We can see your screen.
Okay. Let me see. Let me copy the data set that I have initially. Control. I'm copying back my data set. I don't want to generate another one. I want it back to how it gave me originally. Yes. Control C. Copy this data set. And let me come here and ask a question. Please help me analyze the data sets the data set below. Okay. Oh, okay. So fine. So this is my data set below. It has started some summary statistic on the data set. The age, the average age is approximately 31 years. The minimum age is 24 years. I love this. The maximum age on that list is 45 years. The median is 30. The salary, so the mean salary is 61,000. The minimum salary is this. The maximum salary is this. This is nice. So he has done a nice analysis on his own for me, and it's even giving me some other irrelevant information. So let me quickly say, count the records by gender. I know there is gender there, so I hope this will work. Okay, it's telling me that the male there, they are 19, while the female, they are 21. Okay, I think I will need to do something more interesting. uh can you give me okay, let me see, can you group by age? So uh, group the age and count by group. I hope you'll be able to do something for me here. Okay, it's telling me that between age 20 to 29, we have just 14 employees within this range. Age 30 to 39, we have 18 employees within this range. 40 to 49, we have this number of employees, and this we have this number of employees. Now, in case anybody wants to ask me any question about this database that I quickly that was generated for me using chat GBT, and I might be interested in answering any question. This is a simple database. I can quickly randomly throw any question at this. I can even ask it to help me generate DAS formula for those of you that love using Power BI, like Jen mentioned, using Power Platform tools, or you are interested in using Python, you want to use R, any form of programming language. I even want to use a VB script or macro in Excel. I can just throw the question at ChatGPT and it will get this up and running for us. Because of time, if there's any question you want to ask, feel free to drop it on the chat and let me get back to the studio to join my colleague. Thank you very much, Sheyi, for this brief session. I hope I've been able to at least to do justice to the section. Thank
Well,
you.
well, you have done more than justice to it. Now, it shows us how why we are showcasing this is for us to begin to see the direction at which we are moving in terms of AI. We keep bringing every month at least one aspect of OpenAI and how we can integrate it with our current environment. Thank you, Deji, for that exposition. And we before we go, we like to showcase our mentor. The mentors are people that have been on our platform, have spoken in our community events, and they are people you can connect with. They are willing to help you, to advise you, and to streamline everything that's thrown at you there. So they just hold on as we see the list of our mentors.
Moses was a man with consistency. To your plan and will, me want to see you be my beginning. I should be a genesis. Give me revelation to function as people remedy. I want get wisdom, knowledge like Solomon. Solution to what's problem, Baba, please make me the one. Joshua led the Israelite to their promised land. Teach me song that gives faith to make people stand. Teach me how to lean on you like David did. So when I'm in trouble and in struggle, you go be my shield. Christ is the perfect man. I wanna live like. Please make I get better. Legacy to make me like this. Please make me like this. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like this. Lord, please make me like this. Please make me like. Lord, please make me like. Me want live good and well till my whole days. Me people they feel your anointing when I'm on the stage. I pray for more of you, God, and less of me. Anywhere you want me to go, Baba, carry me. I go be fool if I did the great, only me. Minister, good worshiper, that's what I be. To be a good father to my own child, a beautiful loving husband to my own wife. Make I didn't see your face, I seen clearly to follow you. Moses was a man with consistency. To your plan and will, me want to see you be my beginning. I should be a genesis. Give me revelation to function as people.
Thank you, and thank you for being there. That's the list of our mentors, people that have spoken on behalf of the community, and that is the community. And we want you to join our community. We have a spread across several cadre of of different product line from Power BI to development to data to Azure, even for a multi-cloud environment, we also have groups that is within the reach that you can actually join. Um, we also have several other user group apart from the major user group. We have the security group there, and the security group actually um, they are to meet with people that want to go into security, and that is the WhatsApp. You can just screenshot it and join them. You might want to join the data platform. Data platform is comprises of the Power BI, the data, the SQL, and the rest, and the AI. You can join the group, and the link has been put also in the chat for you to connect with them. Then we have other group that we have Dynamic 365 for those that is in ERP section that want to learn how to deploy Dynamics, how to be an expert there. They always have their user group, and they always have events every week. You can join them. There is the Azure community, which is the body of the cloud technology that actually house all the Azure activity. You can also join that group. We also have the M365 group, which is actually for the modern workplaces. You want to join it, please endeavor to join the WhatsApp group. And for the Power Platform, you can connect with you. I've already shared the link with you, but we have the group there. We also have the Power BI learning community. This is a learning community that is online, that is on Meetup. They do their activity every Sunday. Please look out for that group. Then, if you're a woman there and you want to join the Women League, especially those in technology, you can actually join that by joining Textilers, and that is the link. Just join them, and they always have activity every month. Then there are other upcoming events that is coming in the community. We have every week we have the M365 Cloud Computing Series, where they bring several experts to come and talk about the modern workplace, about Exchange, about M365. Please, you can join them. We have already share the display the link earlier. So we also have the Dynamic 365 weekly series. They also every week they try to expand the series about Dynamic 365. Then you can use this means as ways to learn and train yourself afterward. Self-training, as Joan told us today, is very essential. And if you are in the data area, you are in the Power BI area, you can join the Niger Data platform. They also had weekly training, but I think they just finished a series. They'll soon continue with another one. Please look out for them for new series. Then we have the Azure Security Group, which is partner one of the hosts, David Okeyede. He talks every week about security, give you analysis what's happening a multi-cloud environment, not only Azure. Please try to look out for him and join him in his series. Then we have another series by the Azure community, which they talk every week about Azure, about Linux server, about DevOps. Please look out for them, and they have their series every Saturday. I think they still have that. Then we have some future events which we want you to also look out for, which most of them is going to be an on-prem, a in-person event. Please look out for them. And we have also our Back to Grassroot initiative, where we want to empower at least two people with the computer. One of the computer went out the last weekend, where a lucky lady won one of the computer, but we still have two to give away. Please try to look out for our broadcast every time when we have such big event. Please try to be there. You might be lucky to win one of those computers. And other event that is coming up is Nigerian Azure 2023, a community conference that is going to come up this year, and is going to be juicy this year. We are going to have 2 days running event, and one of them will be on the island, the other one will be in one of the higher institution in the mainland. We're yet to confirm whether it's Unilag or Yaba Tech or any other event center. Please look out for it. And we also have another event coming up by the data, the Nigeria Data Group. They have not, they just, you have not, they have done this and they have finished this, but they are coming up with another event, and we will be enlightened with that. Just look out for them. It's another future event that we need to look out for. Then we have the mother of our event that is going to take place this year. That is our West African Summit that is going to take place in Abuja, and that will be around November. Please look out for the flyer, and we get you to speed on this as the information gets to us. And we also have a community day in Lagos, and that is by M365 Group, and it's going to come on the 9th of December. We also get you communicated about this event as it roll up in West Africa. So these are full for if you want to join the body, the MCT Naija user group. That is the WhatsApp group. You can just screenshot it and join us so that you can follow up with every other event. So Deji, do you have anything as we about to sign out for today?
Well, nothing special. Just to say thank you for always being there every time listening to us. It is our passion to give back to the community, and we'll always do that. So feel free to drop any of your question on the chat or any of our handle. So we'll always be there to attend to you. Thank you, and do have a nice time.
Thank you, Deji. Jane, do you have anything, the last word for us as we sign out for today?
Oh yeah, thank you everyone who joined this section, and I hope you find some beneficial information. Is good to get to take advantage of all of this. Like someone said, there's no little opportunity. Every little opportunity that you see here, take advantage. Reach out and join those community Azure Power Platform and start reaching out to things you want to learn. Start from the basic so we can see that you are involved with us, you are working with us, you are collaborating with us. So when there are good things, we'll make sure that you are involved into it and have access to the information, because today it's very important. If you don't have access to some information, you cannot do things. And why being a community, there's a lot of information that you can get out from leaders. And when there's more opportunity, we're gonna keep, because that's our job. We want to keep bringing more opportunity to you, more opportunity to make things easier for you to get skill, to get job, because we're rooting for you guys. So if anyone are here, you've been here, we encourage you join those community and WhatsApp group, the link, and start trying to do something, making the first step, reaching out to people, seeking out for knowledge, and this is gonna really, really help you in the future.
Thank you, Jean. And
Mm.
as we end this broadcast, we want to say, as Jean said today, he started up trying to network his way, uh, being strategic, disciplined, and he was able to reach out to people in network and he joined a community. Please try to look out for yourself, and we expect you next month rather, when we bring some other exciting um, leaders and mentors to tell us their story and guide us through it. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you next month. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
You have a learning goal, and we have just one job to help you achieve it and deliver at your convenience. Learning right starts with us at Ashem Academy. We are a learning institute in partnership with professional industry bodies like Microsoft, PECB, Pearson VUE, and PSI, delivering quality training, ensuring your certification path in the respective industries. Ashem Academy has training specialists with extensive consulting experience as well as the expertise to address your specific needs and preferences. Our goal is to deliver training that maximizes return on people and infrastructure investments. We define success as having the right resources to skill you up to help you meet your desired goals. Our job at Ashem Academy is to empower you to be successful at every stage of the learning journey, from training to certification to establishing professional credibility. As a certified learning partner and authorized testing center, our facility has proven to be one of the best in the country as we get to reach the needs of all ages, young, middle-aged, and those in the advancing years, making learning simple and affordable. We care about your skill development, and without breaking the bank, we present you with great opportunities to showcase your competency and expertise in your area of specialty, aiding career advancement or personal goals tracking. Let's help you bridge that learning gap. All you have to do is take the next step to enroll in our courses today, with prices that are easy on your wallets. Request access to our training calendar by emailing training@ashem.com, and you can also get the most of your learning investments by checking out our promotional offers here. offers.ashem.com/ms learning. You can call 0704 636 7151 or call 0704 576 9927. You can visit our head office at number 9 Ibikule Street off Abad Macaulay Way, Yaba, Lagos State.